प्रतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all of you for today's session. So today we are going to discuss Isopanishad. So which mantra we should start?
12.
12.
Mantra 12.
Yeah. So we'll start from mantra 12. Thank you, bro.
Mantra 11 we have just written down, Prabhu. Mantra 11 we have to start. Mantra 11 also not done.
Mantra 11. Huh? So when you are going to have next unit?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. The next unit starts next Wednesday.
So today is Wednesday. So today is Wednesday. Well, tomorrow I have Bhakti Shastri for these people. Okay. How for PhD Bhakti Shastri devotion is going on. No. So I have two classes are there, 12 and 14. 15 and 16 Saturday, Sunday, I have another classes. But 15th actually Saturday, one more class. That class start with 7 to 9. Okay. On tomorrow also, it start with 7 to 9. So now our class is 5:30 na. 5:30 to 6:45. Is it okay? So tomorrow, if I take 5:30 to 6:45, tomorrow one class, and day after tomorrow full class I will take. Yeah. So
Prabhuji, would you like to take on the 17th? Because it's actually for CBA, but I can postpone the CBA.
actually, I can take 17 then.
then we will do 17 and we find another date for the CBA.
Yeah. No. Then if you are able to adjust, then 12, 14, and 17, I can
All right.
finish.
All right. I think that's a better idea.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mother. Yes. So we'll start from mantra number 11. So remaining other devotees, what do we say? Actually, what mantra we should start? You are also in same thing you are saying?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes, 11 we had not completed, Prabhu.
11 we completed?
11 we had not completed. I think we had last two paragraphs of being the first one.
We finished? Yeah, 10 we finished. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 finished, Prabhu.
Yeah. 10 is finished. Yes. This I remember. And yeah.
Finished.
He says,
A way of constructing houses.
okay, anyway, we'll start from Vidyam cha ya tadvedo bhayam saha avidyaya mrutyam titirva vidyam amrutam vidyam cha yas tadvedo bhayam saha avidyaya mrutyam titirva vidyayamamrutam. This is the mantra. Yes. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immortality. We have seen what is vidya and avidya. So in this material world, so about this material world is also we have knowledge that is actually avidya only. So one should know avidya also to know vidya. Vidya is about absolute truth, and knowledge about this material world is also is avidya. And one should know avidya to differentiate vidya. So these things we learned in the previous mantras. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of uh, immortality. One who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death. Nescience means about this material world. One should learn that also. So to differentiate, so now vidya from nescience. So that's why you should know avidya also. One should know avidya also. Vidyam cha yah tadvedo ubhayam saha avidyaya mrityum titirva vidyam amrutam asnate. So the one who ubhayam Vidya, avidya cha. That means vidya and avidya. So vidyam cha, avidyam cha. Yaha tadve veda ubhayam. The one who knows both vidya and avidya. So then vidyaya saha mrityu. So then what will happen? He will cross titirva means crossing. So he will cross mrityu along with avidya. That means mrityu along with avidya he will cross. Then what he will get? Vidyam amrutam. He will get amrutam. Amrutam asnute. So he will relish or enjoy amrutam. So that's why to relish amrutam, to get amrutam, one should know vidya and avidya. If you don't know avidya, then you cannot separate the vidya from you. You think that avidya is also vidya. So that's why avidya also should be known. ये भी हो गया लग रहा है. Actually, it's also finished, I think. Since the creation of the material world, everyone has been trying to attain a permanent life. But the laws of nature are so cruel that no one has been able to avoid the hand of death. No one wants to die, nor does anyone wants to become old or disease or death. Nor the advanced of material knowledge solved these problems. Material science can discover the nuclear bombs to accelerate the process of death, but it cannot discover anything that can protect man from the cruel hands of old age and disease and death. So all these astras, these weapons, are nothing but to destroy each other. Prabhupada has mentioned in the previous purports also. So we see that our nations and the leaders, they are spending huge money. Why they spend huge money? Just to purchase weaponaries. What is the use of weaponaries? Ultimately, these weaponaries are going to destroy the society. Our country is purchasing weaponry or other manufacturing to destroy the neighbor countries' citizens, common people. Similarly, that country is purchasing or death, making ready deathbed for by purchasing weaponry. So for the common people in our country. So this way, it's keep on going. So everyone is preparing to die. So this material advancement will accelerate the problems. It will increase the problems. This technological advancement always increase the problems. This modern approach is a symptomatic approach. Is very dangerous. They disturb the laws of nature. They disturb laws of nature. That means, based upon the laws of nature, they invent so many different things which are not prescribed by the Shastra. Which are not prescribed by Shastra. For example, they automobiles. They invented automobiles, and now to run those automobiles, huge amount of petrol is dig out from the earth. And on top of that, when they consume this energy, it is not recyclable. It is just burnt out petrol and diesel. That two products are produced in the lot of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and so on. So phosphorus, so fluorine, chlorine, so many things, so many varieties of So dangerous poisonous gases are released. So then what is happening? In this way, modern scientist, to gratify his senses, he wants to advance the technology. While advancing the technology, what is happening? There are so many problems are coming out. And by seeing the problems, he will be inventing another one more model. So like this, he keeps on so changing. The new model he brought out for the old problems. Then this new model is going to give new problems. And for those problems to mitigate, one more so research is done and one more so patch up work is done. Like this modern way of approach is very symptomatic approach. By seeing the problem, they try to mitigate on that because for them pratyaksha is only the pramana and logic. They don't have wholesome idea of this whole. Just give me 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. I need just 5 minutes. 1 second, I'll come. Sorry, just 5 minutes I need. This mantra, we are seeing that. So activities from Puranas, we learn from the activities of Hiranyakashipu, a king who was very much advanced materially, wanting conquer cruel death by his material acquisition and the strength of his designs. He underwent a type of meditation so severe that the events of all planetary systems became disturbed by his mystic powers. He forced creator of the universe, the demigod Brahma, to come down to him. He then asked Brahma for the benediction become, of becoming Amara, by which one doesn't die. Brahma said he couldn't award the benediction because he, the material creator who rules all planets, is not Amara. Actually, this is over. We studied this. A confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 8.9 Brahma lives a long time, but that doesn't mean he is immortal. Hiranya means gold and Kashpu means soft bed. This cunning gentleman Hiranyapashu was interested in these two things, money and woman, and he wanted to enjoy them by becoming immortal. He asked from Brahma many benedictions in hopes of indirectly fulfilling his desire to becoming immortal. This is over actually. This sloka we have done in the previous week itself. This I remember. I am clearly remembering this. Since Brahma told him that he could not grant the gift of immortal, Hiranyakashipu requested that he not be killed by man, animal. This is over. We'll go to the next sloka actually.
Yes, Prabhu, you done already this one.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, suppose start with 12.
yes. अंधं तमः प्रविशन्ति ये सम्भूतिमुपासते ततो भूय इव ते तमु यावु सम्भूत्यामृताः यावु सम्भूत्यामृताः. Those who are engaged in the worship of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance. And still more so do the worshippers of the impersonal absolute. So instead of worshipping Vishnu, those who worship in worshipping of those who are engaged in worshipping of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance. And who worship impersonal Brahman even more, still more. Impersonal Brahman, if anyone worship, one may think that he is getting the liberation. But what is the main problem? Better to worship demigods is better than the worshipping impersonal Brahman. Impersonal Brahman worshipping is more worse. Because once if you worship impersonal Brahman and if you get the liberation, then such a Jivatma will not get any chance to get the association of devotees. So that's why Jivatma is not going to advance further. But if anyone worship the demigods, so if you go to Swarga then, and there is once again he will come back and he will become human beings, and there is a chance to get the association of devotees, and it is going to become a devotee of that means devotee of the Lord. Then finally, so it will go back. That means it will get the real success is Krishna Prem. So, but if we go to the Brahma Jyoti and we merge into the Brahma Jyoti, then there is no chance of association. Then such a jivas are most unfortunate jivas. That is the most unfortunate state. So that's why nobody, that means here it is said in the sloka, worshipping demigod, worshipping impersonal Brahman is worse than the worshipping demigods. The Sanskrit word asambhuti refers to those who have no independent. The Sanskrit word asambhuti refers to those who have no independent existence. Sambhuti is the absolute personality of Godhead who is absolutely independent of everything. In Bhagavad Gita, the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna states, Name vidussuragana prabhavam namaharshaya aham adirihi devanam Maharshīnām ca sarvashah. Maharshīnām ca sarvashah. Neither the host of demigods nor great sages know my origin or appearances. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and sages. So Krishna is source of everything. He is a Sarva Karana Karanam. Even the demigods are also vibhuti of Krishna, vibhutis of the Krishna. For a Jivatma, some special energy is given. So lots of special energy is given, then Jivatma will act as a special one. So special, it will act very specially. So that's why this kind of acting so is known as it is becoming demigod actually. There are actually two types of amshas are there. Swamshas and vibhinnamsas. Swamshas and vibhinnamsas. Swamshas means yes. Who are the example for Swamsha? Varaha, Latcha, Kurma, Vamana, Nrsinga. All. These are all Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, Vamana, Nrsinga. These are all Swamshas. And also Purushottara also comes under Swamshas. Purushottara means so Mahavishnu, Karanam Sai Vishnu, so Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, all these, they all come under the Swamshas. What about the Vibhinnamshas? All Jivatmas. All Jivatmas are Vibhinnamshas. What is the difference between these two Swamshas and Vibhinnamshas? Swamshas are they are directly having Parabrahmatvam. That means Sakshat Sakshat Parabrahmatvam is there in Swamshas. That means directly Parabrahmatvam is directly it is there. But in the Vibhinnamshas, no direct No direct Parabrahmatvam. Parabrahmatva is not directly, it is there. Is not there. Jivatma is directly, you can't say it is a supreme truth. But if you say Varahamatsa Kurma, they are all swamshas, they are swamshas, and that's why in Matya and Kurma, Parabrahmatvam, absoluteness. What is Parabrahmatvam? Absoluteness. Absoluteness is directly, it is there. So it's like identical. Swamshas means identicals. Vibhinnamsa means not identical. Jivatma is also absolute truth. In what way? Jivatma, vibhinnamshas are also known as Tatastha Shakti. So vibhinnamshas are being Tatastha Shakti of the Lord. So, and Shakti is not different from Shakti is not different from Shaktiman. Shakti is not non-different Shaktiman. What is Shaktiman? Energetic and energy. What kind of relationship is there between energy and energetic? We already discussed that. What kind of relationship? Bheda Bhed. What is that? Achintya. Achintya Bheda Bheda relationship is there. So based upon this relationship, this energy is also different from the energetic, and also energy is not different from the energetic. Based upon this relationship, since vibhinnamshas are also Tatastha Shakti, since vibhinnamshas are also Tatastha Shakti, and Shakti is not different from the Shaktiman, in this way, Jivatma is also absolute truth. Jivatma is also absolute truth because it is a Shakti. And Shakti is not different from Shaktiman. So that's why Shakti is not different from the Shaktiman. That means Jivatma is not different from the, no difference between Jivatma and absolute truth. So that's why in that way, Jivatma is also absolute truth. That means indirectly they are becoming absolute truth. Jivatmas are all becoming absolute truth indirectly. So Parabrahmatvam, absoluteness is not directly there. But in the case of Varaha Matsya Kurma, so absoluteness. So absolute truth. So absoluteness is directly existing in those. So this is the point actually. And these vibhinnamshas are gifted with the energy of the Lord, are gifted with special energy. That is there. Jivatma itself is energy, and also it is now given with some special energy. Energy of the Lord. Then that Jivatma acts as vibhuti. That Jivatma acts as vibhuti. Is also known as demigod. Like we have Brahma. Brahma is also demigod. He is also Jivatma. What is actually Jivatma plus What is there? Some Shakti is given, creating power. Jivatma endowed with creating power, then resultant is known as like Indra. Indra is also demigod. That is also Jivatma plus Palana Shakti. Palana Shakti is endowed with this Jivatma is known as now Indra. Like Chetish Kumaras, also Jivatmas plus what Shakti? Gnana Shakti. They are known as Kumaras. So Jivatma is given with Jivatma plus, yeah. So like this, Jivatmas are given with the some kind of uh, energies. So then these Jivatmas are acting as Brahma, Indra, Kumaras, and also Jivatma with uh, once again Palana Shakti. It is known as Prithu. So here interesting point, Palana Shakti is given to Indra, Palana Shakti is given to Jivatma, then it is Indra. Palana Shakti is given to Palana Shakti is given to so Jivatma and it is acting as Prithu Maharaj. What is the difference between these two? So here, one thing you should remember. For Jivatma, Palan Shakti is given, it is acting as Prithu. But this Palan Shakti is given in more quantity, then it is known as saktyavesa avatara. Saktyavesa avatara means Jivatma is given with the more energy. So then that is known as Shakti Avatar. Not only Palan Shakti, but any Shakti. Jivatma is given more energy, then that is known as Shakti Avataram. Jivatma is given with the less energy. So example is now Jivatma is given the less Palan Shakti, then Indra is known as not the Shakti Avataram, but what we say? We say Vibhuti. We say it as Vibhuti. So that's why this difference is there. More energy is given to Jivatma, then it is known as Shaktyavesa Avataram. Less energy is given to Jivatma, then that Jivatma is Vibhuti. These are the classifications, little bit. So demigods means Jivatma is given with the less energy, are known as so Vibhutis. Same Jivatma is given with the more energy, then instead of saying the Vibhuti, we say them as Shakti Avesha Avatara. And Brahmaji is given is with creating power. So he is not Vibhuti definitely. And he is also known as, he is can be Shakti Avesh Avatar, we may say. But what is the technical term is given in Shastra? He is Guna Avatara. So because here Rajoguna, so creating power which is nothing but Rajoguna. So Rajoguna is given to him more. So that's a gunas are given. So energy of the gunas. Gunas means gunas, controlling power of the gunas, not the gunas. Controlling power of the Rajoguna is given to him so that he can do creation. So that's why, so he is known as Guna Avatara. Definitely is not Vibhuti, he is Guna Avatara. Okay, that difference we should remember. Thus, Krishna is the origin of the powers delegated to demigods, great sages, and mystics. Although they are endowed with the great powers, these powers are limited, and thus it is very difficult for them to know how Krishna himself appears by his own internal potency in the form of a man. So, these are all Krishna's energy. Many philosophers and great rishis or mystics try to distinguish the absolute from the relative by their tiny brain power. This can only help them reach the negative conception of the absolute without realizing any positive trace of absolute. So actually, how the creation happens, you remember? I was saying. So when
Hare
Mahavishnu,
Krishna.
yes,
Hare
any doubt?
Krishna Prabhu, Mahavishnu glances over material nature and that itself impregnates and initiates the
23.
creation process.
So 24 elements are coming. How these elements are coming? From Prakriti. So what will come from Prakriti? Mahat will come. And from Mahat, false ego comes. And from false ego is threefold actually. False ego is threefold. What are those? Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. Tamasic false ego, Rajasic false ego, and Sattvic false ego. So from Tamasic false ego, what comes? From Tamasic false ego, we get the 5 sense objects. And also 5 elements. And from the Rasic false ego, we get 5 working senses, 5 knowledge senses, plus intelligence. And from the Sattvic false ego, we get mind. And atomic deities of senses. So we have total 24. From Prakriti, we are getting 24. 1, 2, 2 plus 5 sense objects, that's 7. And 7 plus 5 gross elements, 12. 12 plus 5 working senses, 17. 17 plus 5 knowledge senses, 22. Plus intelligence, 23. And mind is 24. Total, these 24 elements coming together and manufacturing into the millions and millions of Brahmandas. These 24 elements are so clubbed together, mixed actually, and from that mixture, millions of Brahmandas are coming. So one Brahmanda is possessing how much intelligence? From the total, so only one Brahmanda is given with this some intelligence, some portion. So from the total, some portion will get from the millions of Brahmandas. If it is distributed, original intelligence, original, then it is very less. And in the every Brahmanda, once again, there are millions of jivas are there. So devatas, demigods, suras, asuras, manavas, kinneras, kimpurushas. So that means that tiny intelligence, whatever is allotted to this Brahmanda, so is also further distributed among the all the species, millions of species in that Brahmanda. Then individual, how much one will be getting is almost all nothing. And using this little intelligence, Jivatma is trying to know about trying to challenge the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who is actually cause? This is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahavishnu. And what we got? We got, that means little intelligence, which is also coming from where? From Prakriti. What is Prakriti? The rejected energy. The rejected energy of Lord is known as Prakriti. It is rejected energy. In that, so by that 24 elements are found. In that one is intelligence, and that is distributed to the millions of Brahmandas, shared with the millions of Brahmandas. And in one Brahmanda, whatever intelligence is, that is once again shared with the millions of Jivas. And that Jiva, which is having the teeny intelligence, using that, it is going to challenge this person. It is really, it's not at all intelligence actually. And the scientists, what they are doing, they are simply so using their teeny intelligence, they want to challenge the Supreme Lord, and they want to challenge the nature of the laws. Laws of nature they want to challenge. This is really very so foolishness. It's almost all impossible using that little intelligence. It's impossible to find out who is the absolute truth. And one more thing, this intelligence is also made up of rejected material from the Prakriti. And that intelligence is having the defect actually in it. It is having the defect. So it's a defective. Brahma Pramada Karna Pada Pralipsa. There are 4 defects. Already I explained these 4 defects. So these 4 defects all pervasive among intelligence, mind, chitta, and also senses. So that's why these 4 defects also there in that intelligence. 4 means these 4. Yes, it is there. Then how can you expect that those people, what is written here? So such a negative definition lead to one to create a conception of one's own. As one imagines the absolute truth be formless and without qualities. Using their intelligence, they are trying to measure what is the size of the Lord and who is Lord. And most of the time they end up with what? They end up with the wrong conclusions. That means there are no form, no, because by this kind of approach, so for me, the pain and pleasure because of the forms, qualities, and becoming many and having the association of many, that's a quarrel is there. And because of the form only, I get attraction, female form for male and male form for female. So that's why by the speculative method, they end up with what? Impersonal features, impersonal realizations. They can conclude into the impersonalism. That's why they teeny brains. Many philosophers and rishis, the great rishis are mystics, try to distinguish the absolute from the relative by their teeny brain power. One more thing is what? So using that little intelligence, here Mahavishnu is absolute, and intelligence is which is distributed and come to the one Jivatma. This intelligence is also is relative. So intelligence is relative means so one is more fool, and compared to him another less fool is there. So we say he is intelligent. We say or not. And if more sharp person came than the both of them, then till now who is intelligent, he is also fool in front of him. So it is like a a relative term. These are all relative. No one is having the absolute intelligence. We have relatively some portions. So that's why using this relative intelligence, that means absolute form, they try to distinguish the absolute form of the absolute from the relative distinct. But by their tiny brain, because their intelligence is nothing. It is, they cannot do that. Such a negative definitions lead one to create a conception of one's own. Thus, one imagines that the absolute be formless and without quality. Such a negative qualities are simply the reversal of relative. Material qualities and the are therefore also relative. By convincing of the absolute in this way, one can at the most reach to the impersonal effulgence of God. So what is happening? So he is his relative things are, that means relative things. Pain and pleasure. Pain with relative that something is sorrow, then that is known as so pleasure. So sorry, some pleasure, something which is little uh, the state which is absence of pleasure is pain. So like cold and hot, coldness and hot. So win and loss. All these dualities are relative terms. So these relative dualities are relative terms. So these relatives are cause for the pain actually, and also cause for the fear. What is happening? Jivatma is being covered by the avidya and having the karma, and it is covered with the false ego and chittam, intelligence, mind, senses, and gross body, sense objects. So this avidya is cause for the forgetting of the own identity, Jivatma's identity. Jivatma is not able to know because of being covered with avidya. I am soul. Such a thing it is not able to know. Because of false ego, it is getting the so identification, sense of I towards the chittam, intelligence, and mind, and so on. So because of that, once misunderstanding this, and in the mind we get all the time dualities, pain and pleasure, cold, hot, win, loss. So such a all the different types of dualities are produced in mind. Now Jivatma is considering himself as mind, and it is thinking that it is these dualities also belongs to him. So that's why whenever it is getting the pain, it is getting started getting fear. Whenever there is a pain, it is started getting the fear. So that means, but Jivatma by nature is what? Jivatma by nature it is pure. So now, but being forgetting himself and being covered by the further false ego, it is entering into the dualities which are actually in the subtle body. That is mind is subtle body. And it is so entering means it is claiming those dualities are his own. And that's why it is thinking that sometimes I lost and I got I won, I lost. It is cold, it is hot, it's pain and it's pleasure. So like that. Jivatma he is claiming these dualities, and whenever there is a So in that claiming, wrong thing it is claiming, then what will happen? It is getting the fear. So in this way, Jivatma is always in fear because of these dualities, which are nothing but relatives. So such a negative qualities are simply by the reversal of relative. So now what they are doing, the impersonalist, oh, these all the relative things are dualities are dangerous for me. So let us reject everything, all the qualities. Then what is final outcome for the philosophy is impersonal Brahman. And such a situation is more worse. So someone impersonal Brahman practiced and he entered the impersonal Brahman, he has no chance to get the again birth. And that's why he is not going to get any kind of so Krishna Prema. So there is no chance. Actually, Jivatma is it should get the Krishna Prema. Now it will get the Kaivalya Mukti. Then it is gone actually. Yes, Mataji, please.
Guruji, is it referring to Mayavada or Brahmavada?
Brahmavadis is also like Mayavadis, they don't get any
Mhm.
liberation. Here, Brahmavadis.
Okay, Prabhu. Prabhu, one more. Prabhu, please. Thank you. Saktyavesa avatara.
Ah.
Vyasadeva is Jivatma plus Palana Shakti.
No, no, Vyasadev, for not only Palana Siddhi, there are many types. Vyasadev is Jivatma plus it changes Mataji. Krishna Dvaipayan is not a Jivatma. He is directly a literary incarnation of the Lord. So that's why we can't consider him as a Jivatma. But sometimes, so next Aswathama is going to become Vyasadev. So in the next Manvantara actually. So that's why Aswathama, that means Jivatma is going to become Vasudev. So Jivatma also can become Vasudev means what? The ability to Vasa means dividing the Vedas. So he is having the ability to divide the Vedas. So Jivatma is given with that ability, it is known as Vyasa. Yeah. Next. Any questions, Mataji?
No, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Next, Prasad, Dr. Prasad.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this thought process is because of the coverings, no Tamishra, Anda Tamishra, Tamas. So this Brahma himself has made all this covering from the ignorance. That is why this Atma, Jivatma is having all these thoughts. No. Hare Krishna.
So in this diagram we are seeing this avidya is basically covered with the is covering the jivatma, and there are the variegations are there. So Brahmaji what? He is creating so avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh, abhinivesh. That means tamisra, anta tamisra like that. The other names and avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh, abhinivesh. These five are also known as so tamisra, anta tamisra, maha tamisra like that. So what? There Brahmaji is activating this avidya only, which is basically covered. He is activating and as per the Jivatma's karma, relatively he is activating the avidya already existing avidya only. So in this body, this avidya should act actually. And also intelligence is also should act. Avidya asmita raga dvesha abhinivesha. Avidya means Brahmaji creates these five. So he creates avidya, which is already Jivatma covered with avidya, but he accesses this avidya by the created avidya, what he created avidya with that. Avidya means which covers the Jivatma, is also known as what? Avaranatmika Shakti. So then asmita means false ego. Raga means attachment. That means attachment towards any object, material object. Then if it is not God, if it is not somehow it is disturbed, whatever for you attach for that, it is missed, then you get the dvesha. Dvesha. So whoever is cause for not to get that, you get dvesha towards them. When this dvesha is too much, it means a fainted state, fainting. Because of too much attachment, and once he is not getting that, so because of that, he will develop this lot of anger towards him, and it is like a dead state, fainted state. So like this, Brahmaji is creating all this. And he is facilitating also this avidya with his avidya, which is already covered with Jiva. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Next, Rajasri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam. Prabhuji, I've heard that those who attain the Brahma Jyoti,
They
Lord
will come
Shiva
back.
Lord Shiva is designated as the authority to take them further. Is this correct, Prabhu?
No, Brahmajyoti, if they get no, Shiva is not in Brahmajyoti. Sadasiva Loka is different actually. After crossing the Viraja river, other side, Brahmajyoti is there, and there actually Brahmajyoti is all pervasive. There the different lokas are there. Sadasiva Loka is also just on the bank of Viraja, that side. Sadasiva Loka is there. Those who practice Saivites actually, not the impersonalist. The worshippers who worship the Shiva is as the absolute truth of Sadasiva worshippers. They will go to Sadasiva Loka. All Saivites are not impersonalist. People think that. So that's why impersonalist all go to the Sadasiva Loka. You understood?
The followers of Adi Shankaracharya are impersonalists, Prabhu.
Yeah. Impersonalist means two types. What are those? Brahmavadis and Mayavadis.
Mayavadis.
Mayavadis means Shankara followers. They don't get anything. And Brahmavadis, they get. Impersonalist. So Brahmavadis, they get the Brahmajyoti. So, and Brahmajyoti, once if after getting, you will never come back. And who will go to the Shiva Loka, Sadasiva Loka? The worshippers of Sadasiva, who is on the other side of the. That means they are also liberated actually, because Sadasiva is not in this middle world. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So next, but the devotees of the Krishna by dint of the so whoever is depending on this all pervasive, sorry here. Such a mental speculators don't know the absolute personality of God. It is Krishna. That the impersonal Brahman is the glaring effulgence of is a transcendental body. So it is the Brahman is nothing but the effulgence coming from the body of the Lord. That's a Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Krishna is the source of Brahman. But and also Krishna is source of Paramatma. The super soul. Is his all pervading plenary representation. Nor do they know. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, thank you. Thank you so much. There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu. I just copy pasted it on the chat. And Krishna says there that those who worship this impersonal, unmanifested, at last they achieve me.
That means they are achieving Krishna in the form of Brahman, which is nothing but the suicide, one prakar se, in one way. So
Oh,
Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shakyate. So Brahman is not different from Krishna only, na? but it is a Jyoti of the Krishna from the body. So they go and merge, but they are
Oh,
not getting any Krishna rasa, Krishna prem
Bhakti.
ras. Krishna prem ras, they are not getting. That's why their position is suicidal. It's the worst. But if we want to go to the demigod sloka and if they get the enjoyment of Sarga, once again they come back to the material world, Prithvi, that means Earth planet, and they, if they get the association of a sadhu, Bhakta sadhu, then their bhakti begins and they get the Krishna Premras. But those who entered into the Brahmajyoti, they are not going to get anything.
Okay.
Permanently, they are finished. It is permanent damage. You understood?
Yes,
Why it
Prabhu.
is rejected? Yeah. So
They don't get Bhakti.
Brahman is
They-
also not different from Krishna. In this sense, it is said.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
So next, nor do they know that
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
has.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Ah, yes.
Prabhu, from raga attachment, from abhinivesha, fainting, what we get
Fainting
from
stage. That means if someone is having the too much dresha, like that they become na. So fainted, unconscious state.
thank you.
Yes. The dependent demigods. Okay. Nor do they know that Krishna has his eternal form with its transcendental qualities of eternal bliss and knowledge. The dependent demigods and great sages imperfectly consider him to be a powerful demigod, and they consider the Brahman effulgence to the absolute, absolute truth. So that's why rishis and people think that they are dependent demigods. They think that themselves as powerful demigods and rishis, and they consider Brahman effulgence is the absolute truth. But the devotees of Krishna, by dint of their surrender unto him and their unalloyed devotion, can know that he is the absolute person. So demigods, so tiny demigods may think themselves as absolute. Like for example, Indra. Indra is thinking himself as superior to Krishna. And that's why when Krishna stopped doing sacrifice every year in Vrindavan Leela, you all know. So Krishna stopped Indra. Indra's, so every year Nanda Maharaj do sacrifice for Indra because Indra is giving the rains. And so that these are all Vaishya community is a farmer community actually. Farmers. They're dependent on rains. Rains are given by the Indra and they used to worship Indra every year. But one year Krishna said that no need to worship Indra, just do worship. So Govardhan. Because Govardhan, all our cows are going on the hill of Govardhan. They are, that means Govardhan is supplying the water for the cows because from that hill, water streams are coming out. Cows are drinking that water, and cows are grazed by the grass of the Govardhan. So Govardhan is doing everything. Govardhan is feeding for us because we are dependent on cows. Cows are maintained by Govardhan. So that's better to worship Govardhan than this Indra. Who is this Indra? So then Indra got angry and he forgot his position. And he also forgot his position of the Krishna. And he tried to so destroy the whole Vraja. Krishna and Krishna's abode actually. Abode means he is Bhauma Vrindavan. That means all Vrajavasis are protected by Krishna. And Indra forgot his position. And he thought that he is a supreme, he is better than Krishna. And Where in this way, Krishna destroyed the pride of Indra. Same way, Brahma Mohan Lila. Even so, Brahmaji was thinking that what this little boy, he cannot be little absolute truth. He thought like that, and he has stolen all the calves and gopas, and he thought that how now Krishna will manage, let us see. But Krishna himself became all these calves and gopas for 1 year. Everything is going nicely. Then Brahma got surprised how everything is going nicely. Then, so he went and saw. So, though whatever the calves and so gopas he has stolen and he hide it, those are there. But in the Vraja, everyone, that means same set is there in here also in Vraja. This set is created by Krishna himself in Vraja. So then he understood Krishna's power. So that's a demigods, they think better than Krishna. The dependent demigods and great says imperfectly consider him to be a powerful demigod, and they consider the Brahman effulgence to be the absolute truth. Demigods sometimes they are superior to the Krishna also. And also Rishis, they think that Brahman effulgence, Brahman realization is the best. But the devotees of Krishna, by dint of their surrendering unto him, because of their devotion, so unalloyed devotion, they never misunderstand Krishna. No. They always consider themselves as humble. So they consider themselves as meek. So in this way, they understand Krishna's position properly and also their own position. And they consider the Brahman effulgence to be absolute truth. But the devotees of Krishna, by dint of their surrender to him and their unalloyed devotion, can know he is the absolute truth. And such a devotees continuously render loving service unto Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.20 and 23, it is said that only unintelligent, bewildered persons, driven by a strong desire for sense gratification, worship the demigods for the temporary relief of temporary problems. So then who go for the demigod worships? Sometimes humans also, they prefer to worship demigods. So because demigods very quickly they give result. If anyone approach demigod, immediately they give the whatever the things are asked by their devotee, that demigod's devotee, because their demand is maintained. But one thing, these demigods are not independent. So whatever the things are offered by his devotee should given to those all should be given to Krishna, and Krishna will send the sanction. That means he will permission he gives whatever this demigod devotee asks, and that he permits. So Krishna permits whatever is asked by the devotee of the demigod. Then that uh, desire is fulfilled in that way. That means demigod is not independent. He is not independent enjoyer, and also he is not independent giver. So, but people who are having less intelligence, they worship demigods. Since the living being is materially entangled, he has to be relieved from the material bondage entirely to attain permanent relief of the spiritual plane, where eternal bliss, life, and knowledge exist. See, Isopanishad therefore instructs that we should not seek temporary relief of our difficulties by worship of dependent demigods. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that the worshippers of demigods can go to the planets of demigods. Yanti devan devrata bhutani yanti. So, bhutejyaha. So, pitruni yanti pitrudevata. If we worship demigod, you'll go to the demigod planet. If you worship Pitridevatas, you'll go to the Pitridevata planet. And if you worship Bhutas, you'll go to the Bhuta planet. So these are all as per your worship, destiny will be there. The moon worshippers can go to the moon. Sun worshippers go to the sun. Modern scientists are now venturing to the moon with the help of rockets, but this is not really a new attempt. Okay. Moon planet, we cannot go by the physical arrangements. Moon planet, one can go by doing the sufficient punya. If you worship moon devata, then he will go to moon planet, not just by physical arrangements. No, it's impossible. In this way, one can reach to the moon planet, the sun planet, and even Brahmaloka. That means they should worship them. Then they will go there. The topmost planets in this universe. However, all these planets are material, temporary. The permanent is Vaikuntha Lokas. Ah, Brahma Puna Loka Punaravrtino Arjuna. From Brahma to to an end. So if you go to any loka, you will be repeated, you will be having repeated birth. So Ishopanit points out that one who worships the demigods and attains to the material planets still remains in the darkest region of universe. The whole universe is covered by the gigantic material elements. It is just like a coconut covered by the shell. Material which means it is like this. This one Brahmanda is like this, and half filled with the Garbhodaka ocean. Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is lying in this water, and from his navel, from his lotus, in this lotus Brahmaji, and here, so in this system there are 14 lokas in the body of Virat. In the same only Virat is there. So there, these 14 planets are there. What are those? Earth, so Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Swarga, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. And down, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. So like this, lunar planets, 14, are there in the stem of the lotus. And this Brahmanda is covered with different gross elements. First is earth, then water. 10 times of earth thickness is water layer. 10 times of water thickness there is fire. 10 times of fire is air. 10 times of air is sky. 10 times of sky is ahankara. And 10 times of ahankara is mahat. So this Brahmanda inside all the materials, this Garbhodaksa Vishnu, so from body it is coming. This material Virat, his body is completely made up of 24 elements only. But Brahmanda is covered with, specifically with the various gross elements also. That's the point here saying. It is said here. So the biggest is Brahmajyoti is Krishtaloka. Outside universe is vast and unlimited Brahmajyoti expanses, which is within Vaikuntha Lokas. Here we reading. Huh? So the whole universe is covered by the gigantic material elements. It is like a coconut covered by a shell. Shell is made up of it what? Earth, water, air, fire. Earth, water, fire, air, sky. Mahat, Ahankara and Mahat. That is like a shell. Since its covering is airtight, the darkness within is dense, and therefore, so since this Brahmanda is covered with all these layers, Okay, inside the darkness is there. Then here, so in this, on top of, like if you see, if you bring the lotus outside, so this is Satyaloka. Then Tapoloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Sargaloka, Bhuloka. Inside the Bhuloka is like a disc. Inside that disc thickness, so what are those? So Atala, Vitala, inside the earth only, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. All these are there in earth. Okay. So this is a Swarga, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and Swarga. Next, Mahar. Next, Jana. Next, Tapa. Next, Satya. So, and this is Tamna, this whole is darkness. This whole thing is darkness inside. So that's why on top of this Earth planet, there is a, on the Earth planet only, it's like a disk. Middle is, there is 7 islands are there. Middle is Jambu. There is one big mountain that is known as Sumeru. So keeping Sumeru as one end point, and another point is like a wheel. So like one wheel. So there is chariot like that. Like a one toy, if you take out one wheel, fix it, and second wheel is keep on rotating like this. So like that. So one wheel chariot, who is sitting? Surya is sitting. And he is Surya and Chandra inside this Brahmanda. They are completely giving destroy. That means they are eliminating all the objects inside. Surya and Chandra. Okay. It's completely dark. Yes. And this Surya and Chandra, the Prakasha, where they are getting, it is the Brahma Jyoti's reflection only. Moon and sun are nothing but Brahma Jyoti's reflection. That potential is reflecting here in the form of reflection of that Brahma Jyoti, that effulgence, is now visible as Surya and Chandra. The biggest and highest planet is in the Brahma Jyoti is Krishnaloka. And what is there? These are all Krishnaloka where? So this is like that. This is Viraja. And this is Viraja river. Mahavishnu is there. And he glances Prakriti. And then millions of Brahmandas are formed. So one Brahmanda, how it looks, I explained. This is half filled with Garbhodaka oceans, and then it is covered with the layers like this. And on the bank of this, where is it? That side, Sadasiva Loka is there. This is Sadasiva Loka. And there are Vaikunthas like this. Millions of Vaikunthas are there. The topmost Vaikuntha is Krishna Loka. And Krishna is residing here. Although he dwells there with his eternal associates, is omnipresent throughout the complete material and spiritual cosmic manifestations. This fact already been explained in the mantra 4. The problem of life cannot be solved simply by going to the moon planet or this planet or that planet. Therefore, what we should do, as per Ishyavasyam principle, one should worship. So, Ishvara, Krishna. then Krishna, if you surrender, then he will give the Krishna prem. That is real success. And also he will take to his abode. That is a real place where Jivatma can permanently stay. Otherwise, remaining places are like Brahma's is, but in the universe, Brahmaloka and so, all are temporary places. Brahma Jyoti, if you match, then you will never come back. The atheist and impersonalist lead such a foolish pseudo-religionist into the darkest region by preaching the cult of atheism. So Isopanishad is recommending to worship Krishna actually. The ignorant religionists and manufacturers of so-called incarnations who directly violate the. Some people in the present day, people they are inventing the incarnations. This Nityananda Bhagavan from the Tamil Nadu, they worship him as a lord. Amma Bhagavan, I guess many lords are got manufactured. So, but then they will go to the hell actually. These impersonalists generally pose themselves as incarnation of God to foolish persons who have no knowledge of Vedic wisdom. If such a foolish man have any knowledge at all, it is more dangerous. Pseudo-intelligent, impersonalist here is said. You can read. In the scriptures, there are recommendations for worshipping demigods under the certain circumstances. But at the same time, the scriptures state that there is normally no need for this. If you worship Krishna, there is no need to worship demigods. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.23, it is clearly stated that the results derived from the worshipping of demigods are not permanent. Since the entire material universe is impermanent, whatever is achieved within this darkness of material existence is also impermanent. Permanent. But Krishna Prem is permanent. So what one should do then? Surrender to him and do the bhakti. That's what he said. They ignore the Vedic injunctions, Acharya Upasana. One must worship the Acharya. Krishna statements in the Bhagavad Gita. So here, worshipping Guru like a Lord is not a problem actually. They should worship. But one should not, that means Pramanic Guru coming under the authentic disciplic succession, he should be treated as Lord, but he is like Lord, but he is not Lord. So, but he should be worshipped like that, so that disciple can progress quickly in his spiritual life. These rocks are the most dangerous elements in human society because there is no religious government. They escape punishment. But present day society, whoever is ruling the country, they are not. So, believers of Vedas, they are not theists. They are all atheists. They are all atheists. They don't believe in anything actually. There's more worse people. They simply do the sense gratification. They can't however escape the law of Supreme, who was clearly declared in the Bhagavad Gita that envious demons in the grab of religious propagandists shall thrown into the darkest regions of hell. Sri Isopanishad confirms that these pseudo-religionists are heading toward the most obnoxious place in the universe after the completion of their spiritual master within us. So impersonalism, worshipping impersonal Brahman is not a right thing actually. So they will be permanently the Brahma Jyoti. It is very horrible situation. No Krishna Prem at all. Permanent loss. Just 1 second. Please ready with questions. So any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, bro.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Like, there are millions and millions of planets are there. So all these planets will have Jivatmas, Prabhu.
Yes,
Atmas.
Jivatmas, Brahmas, all are there. And demigods, all. Garbhodaksa Vishnu. Yes.
So with our imperfect senses, we cannot see them. Is it no, Prabhu?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Priya Mataji.
Prabhuji, Danot Pranam. Prabhuji, whether the Earth that is shown by NASA, the photos, is that correct? And how it is connected to Bhumandala?
It's Bhuman. No, no. That's not Bhumandal at all. That is a cone. Bhumandal appears like this. I some duplicate people, these people. So you see, this is Brahmanda like this, and half filled with the water. We sweat of the Garbhodaksa Vishnu and it Garbhodaksa Vishnu lying. So this what his body is like that. From this novel, this lotus is coming. And so if we draw, so it will look like this. It is in center, this is center. In the center there is a Sumeru like this. This is beneath of this Sumeru, cavity, then Tala, Vitala, so Tala, 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 like this. This is Mandvipa. So this is Jambu Diva. Then once again ocean will come.
Yes.
And then once again Dvipa. And then once again ocean. Once again Dvipa. So like this. Sapta Dvipas. And Sapta Dvipas and Sapta seven Samudras. This Jambu. This Jambu is divided into Dvipa into 9 Varshas. Like this 9 Varshas around to this mountain. And one is Bharatavarsha. This is Bharatavarsha. And on this Bharatavarsha, if you bring Bharatavarsha like this here, Bharatavarsha is this. Here, attached to Bharatavarsha, there is one cone like this. One cone, ice cream cone, like this. That is known as, so, Bharata Khanda. So that's why that means here Bharatkhanda will be there like this. This whatever we see, that is Bharatkhanda, where south pole is fixed actually. Our south pole is fixed to the Bharatavarsha. And that's why no aeroplane. So this is like this, na? Bharatkhanda. It is like an ice cream cone. It's fixed down like this. It's fixed like this to this Bharatavarsha. This is Bharatkhanda. And airplanes can travel if you want to go to America, to Australia, only allowed like that North Pole only. But you cannot go like this because it's impossible. If this region entering and coming back, nobody happened. And there are international laws that you cannot go down. You know this, all of you?
I read it in that one book, Prabhu, that ISKCON devotee wrote.
Yes. They can't go. Because these are all cheating actually. This NASA is completely the even we don't know Bharatkhanda also. Our south pole is where it is fixed. And we also have so many different stories from the in internet also. Some people went and they saw different species there, something, and it is and NASA then it is started not to reveal that, and nobody should know that.
Then how the earth will rotate, Prabhu, if it is connected like that?
Who said Earth is not rotating?
Oh my God.
Then day
Only
and
Sun
night.
is rotating. Sun is rotating.
Earth doesn't rotate.
That's a geocentric or so solar centric. Whatever you can take, both same actually. Actually, sun is moving. Shastri is saying this. Keeping this Sumeru as one fixed for a yeah. There's a Loka mountain like this here around to this Sumeru. There's a mountain. So on this Loka mountain. This Loka mountain is almost edge of the earth. Here it will be. Here it will be.
Mm.
It's around actually. And on that mountain, one wheel is moving and one is fixed to this. Then Surya is sitting there and he is going like this.
Day and night are formed like that.
And he is coming up. Anyway, you'll be reading all this in
Canto 5.
Canto 5. So the main we'll extend this some 10 minutes. अन्यदेवाहुः सम्भवः अन्यादाहुरसम्भवः तिथिशुश्रुमाधीराः येनस्तद्विचचक्षिरे येनस्तद्विचचक्षिरे. It is said that one result is obtained by worshipping the supreme cause of all causes and that another result is obtained by worshipping what is not supreme. All this is heard from the undistributed authorities who clearly explain it. One result from worshipping Krishna, another is to be supreme, and another is by worshipping non-supreme. The system of hearing from undisturbed authorities is approved in this mantra. Unless one hears from a bona fide acharya who is never disturbed by the changes of the material world, one cannot have the real key transcendental knowledge. So that's why in the Vedas we have, if you see Vedas, there is a Karma Kanda, Gnana Kanda, and Bhakti. Karma, Gnana, and Bhakti, three are there. So this karma without anyone's kripa, we can easily understand this. But to believe Jnana and Bhakti, so Jnana is focused around the Brahman, Bhakti is focused around the Lord, where Brahman is bodily effulgence of Krishna only. So these two are achintya. Krishna is achintya means the effulgence coming from his body is also achintya, inconceivable. So these inconceivable things which are coming in the Vedas, so a student, a jivatma, so which is covered with avidya and ahankara, so such a jivatma cannot believe jnana and bhakti, and for that they need mercy. That mercy is coming from the sadhu. To believe Brahman, you get mercy from the Gnana sadhus. To believe Bhakti, you will get mercy from the Bhakta sadhus. And these sadhus, if you do special inquiry from them sadhus, they will become as a guru for you. And by their mercy only you will be able to understand this Gnana and Bhakti, which are inconceivable. So that's the point. One should accept a bona fide acharya. And by serving, transcendental knowledge we get. The bona fide spiritual master who has also heard the Shruti mantras or Vedic literature from his undisturbed acharya, undisturbed acharya never presents anything that is not mentioned in the Vedic literature. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly said that those who worship the Pitrus, forefathers, attain planets of forefathers, like that, different lokas they go. Here also in Sri Isopanishad, it is verified that one achieves different results by different modes of worship. If the worship of Supreme Lord, if you worship Supreme Lord, you'll get one result, that's a permanent result. You'll go to Supreme Lord only. If you worship demigods, sun god, moon god, you'll go to their planets. That is another result you get. That means the result coming from the demigods is temporary. Result coming from worshipping the Lord is permanent. That is the point it is said here. Nowhere in authentic scriptures it is said that one will ultimately reach the same goal, ultimately reach the same goal by doing anything or worshipping anyone. Nowadays we say people, anything whatever we worship, ultimately we go to Krishna only. That is wrong actually. If you worship demigods, you'll go to demigods planets. Bhagavad Gita is clearly telling. And you'll come back from there. If you worship the bhutas, ghost, you'll go to the ghost planet. If you worship the Pitru Devatas, you'll go to the Pitru planets. They will not go to Krishna actually, Krishna Lok. So different worships on their respective planets will reach. Like any common man can very easily understand that a person can reach his destination only when he has purchased a ticket for that destination. If you are purchasing ticket for going Swarga, can you expect that you can go to Krishna Loka? No. A person who has purchased a ticket for Calcutta can reach Calcutta, but not Bombay. But the so-called spiritual masters say that any and all paths will take one. Yet, that's wrong actually. Such a mundane and compromising attract many foolish creatures. So the wrong teachers, they teach like that. Okay. So we should also follow the Evam Parampara Praptam, authentic guru we should follow. And from there, we should do Bhakti Yoga, worshipping Krishna. Then that is the permanent result. At the present moment, there are many interpreters and translators of this sublime dialogue who care nothing for Lord Krishna. They don't have any devotion, but still they want to study Bhagavad Gita, which is actually transcendental subject matter. It is dealing about transcendental subject matter. Only those people can have faith on such a transcendental subject matter who has mercy from a Krishna devotee. But these mundane people also, they try to, they don't have any mercy. They try to comment on the Krishna's speech. So they always misguide the society. They don't have faith actually in Krishna because they didn't get the mercy of pure devotee. So with the material brain only, they think everything. That's why they go. Such interpreters explain the verses of the Bhagavad Gita in their own way, and postulate all sorts of rubbish in the name of the Gita. So that's why Krishna clearly says that only those who have lost their sense worship the demigods for flattery rewards. Ultimately, he advises that one give up all other ways of more. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Now, people, what they are saying, if you do any worship, you'll go to the same destination. But what Krishna is saying, you leave all different types of worships and worship only me. Surrender to me and worship me. That is Bhagavad Gita actually. Okay, in this mantra, Sri Isopanishad, the word Sambhavar, by the worship of Supreme Cause, is very significant. Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and everything that exists, he emanated from him. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. Krishna is the source of everything. That means everything emanates from Krishna. And Krishna is the creator of everyone, including Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva also. So that's why we should worship Krishna only, not other. If you worship others, you go to the other results. And Narayana Upanishad also is saying. So Krishna is Narayana. On top of Narayana, actually, this is the sequence you might be all knowing. So Krishna, from the Krishna, first is Krishna, and from that Krishna, what you are getting expansion, first expansion is Balaram. And from Balaram, so Chaturvyuha. You get Chaturvyuha. It is what? Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, and Sankarshan. And from the Sankarshan, you get once again, so Narayana. And from Narayana, you get once again Chaturvyuha. Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Sankarshan. From this Sankarshana, you will get Mahavishnu. And from Mahavishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And from the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, you will get Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. And Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu is cause for the all the avatars. Nrsinga, Matsya, Nrsinga, Kurma, like this, various avatars. This way. Krishna is original. We can see all these things in the various other Puranas, this thing, which is explained everywhere in the our Bhagavatam purports. Okay, so that's why Krishna is ultimate and he should be worshipped. Is Raso Vaisa. Person. Krishna is cause of everything. Ishwar, Paramakrishna Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda. But foolish people, they think Krishna is Mudaha. So they think that he is also like human being, Maya Bhavita Gnana. And so Maya Bhavita Gnana, their intelligence is stolen by the Maya. They think human being. Krishna also has human being, falsely. Before hearing Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was distributed by the material whirlpool by his affection for his family, society, and community. Arjuna wanted. So what Krishna is doing Upadesha, Arjuna is out of bodily platform. He doesn't want to do duties. So Arjuna's case is what? In the case of Arjuna, so because of material pain and pleasure, he want to stop his duty as a Kshatriya duty. What kind of pain he is going to get? Material pain out of the body, bodily relation, bodily consciousness. That's the Bhishma is my grandfather. I have to kill him. Either of one should be killed. Either Bhishma should kill Arjuna or Arjuna should kill Bhishma. And also Guru, Drona, and all other. So these are all in the opposite party which are very dear to him. And now if he has to fight with them, that means he has to kill with them. He's getting the pain to follow his duty, that Kshatriya duty. So that means that's why this pain is coming to follow Kshatriya duty. So out of pain from this Kshatriya duty, if he follows Kshatriya duty, he is going to get pain. So out of this pain, he rejected the Kshatriya activities. Then Lord said that no, you may get pain or pleasure while doing your duties. You tolerate that, and you do perform your activity and offer the result of that activity to me. And so that what is the advantage for Jivatma? Jivatma will come out from bodily consciousness. Because this bodily consciousness is problem. Jivatma is being covered by the avidya and the false ego. It is always thinking that whatever he himself has body. So that going into the bodily conception is finished. That is the reason Krishna is, that is the thing he's saying in the Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. But people, they misinterpret who are not coming under the Guru Parampara. But when became Buddha, by hearing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita from Supreme Person, he changed his decision and became a worshipper of Lord Krishna, who had himself arranged the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna worshipped the Lord by fighting with his so-called relatives, and in this way, he became a pure devotee of the Lord. According to Vedanta Sutra, Sambhuta is the source of birth and sustenance, as well as the reservoir that remains after annihilation. So, few more paragraphs are there. Please remember that this paragraph. In the 13th, which paragraph? This. Before hearing Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna disturbed. This is over. According to Vedanta Sutra. From here, I should say 13th mantra. This I will discuss in the coming class. That means 14th. 14th we have class. 14th and 17th. So we have another 6 mantras. So yes, we should finish 3 mantras in one day. Another, that means this 13 and remaining 2, then 16, 17, 18 in one day. Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The landing on the moon is also not true.
It's not. It's simply trash. Is a false. These photos, all these things they will give from here and there and keep on saying. It's because the objects which are made up of with the earth material cannot reach to the moon planet. Moon planet, mind portion is more, and also water portion is more. So, and in the sun planet, fire portion is more. All the jivatmas are made with the 5 elements only. In that 5 elements, which element is dominating? Fire is dominating all other elements. So, very less of earth will be there in the for the jivas which are staying in the body is made up of jivas which are staying in the sun planet. Similarly, the moon planet, the bodies which are living in the moon planet, their body is made up of water actually more. Juice. So this body, if you take here, and what are the scientists, they use all these these airplanes and all made up of earth matter. Out of Panchamahabhutas, earth is more. And that cannot sustain there actually. It's completely incompatible there. And it's impossible to go there.
Prabhuji, that Earth one planet getting connected to the South Pole, Prabhu,
Yeah.
that diagram, from where they got that, Prabhuji?
It is from the our fifth canto. And even this is still is a big mystery. They never say that to go to through the South Pole, I want to go. No, they don't allow. And nobody went also till to other side of Earth. If you want to go through this, it's not possible. It's a fixed actually.
It's hard to believe.
This Bermuda triangles, they say anything goes on that, it is pulled down.
Full dark, na?
Bermuda triangles, Prabhu, they say that any object flying there will be pulled down.
Where? I didn't understand, mother. Can you repeat, please?
This Bermuda triangles, Prabhu, any aeroplane or anything going on that, it's pulled down. That's
Where in
what
the South
I
Pole?
heard.
South Pole, near South Pole, na?
I think so.
Okay.
Please give class on Canto 5, Prabhu, sometime. Thank you very much.
Nityarupa, mother.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, pranams. Prabhu, this is related, my query is related to that Varnashrama college. Can I talk to you regarding this now? Or?
Yes, mother. Yes.
So
That's
Prabhu,
most interesting.
today I spoke to Prabhu from Mumbai.
Vaikuteshwar.
He's from, no, that is from Guruvayur. Today there is one Prabhu in Juhu temple. His name is His Grace Vamsidhar Vishal Prabhu. So I spoke, he seems interested, but what he wants to know is at least some initial something, some guidelines can you take from Prabhu, and then I will contact Prabhuji. So what he was asking is in this particular seva, whether traveling is there, how should we, I mean, what is the initial, any guidelines that Prabhuji can tell you so that I can think over it and definitely will connect with your Prabhuji.
So in IDVM channel, actually, IDVM, there is a channel.
Yeah.
In this, there are the few playlists are there. So he should understand from the playlist 4 movements. There is a one lecture, one video, 4 movements. You can write
Okay.
4 movements.
Okay.
He should hear
So
that.
Prabhuji was mainly concerned regarding the traveling aspect, whether traveling is, we'll have to travel for this, because he holds a very important position in the temple, has lot of sevas and all that.
There is no
So he
traveling.
was asking
Yes.
whether
No
traveling. Okay.
IDVM channel, okay?
Okay.
And in that, to get basic understanding of what is IDVM, 4 movements.
Okay.
This he should hear. And need of Varnashrama Dharma.
Okay.
Need of Varnashrama Dharma.
Okay.
For aspirants of
Yes.
pure devotion. It's very important. In ILS, I gave this. This is second. And the third one is Varnashrama College. After hearing these two, then you should hear Varnashrama College. Then he will understand what IDVM and what we should do, everything I explained there.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks for your enthusiasm. Please continue. We'll work as a team.
Prabhu, I have already spoken to one more Prabhuji from ISKCON Ayodhya. So Prabhuji is also a very nice devotee, is a big preacher. And basically he's settled in Pune actually. But he is in charge of ISKCON Ayodhya. So, but he said at the moment is after 10 days to come back to him.
What is his name? Actually, he is...
His Grace Devshekar Vishnudas Prabhu.
You have big approach all over India, actually. Huh?
Prabhu. Yeah, I'm somehow associated with them, so
Yes.
connected with them.
Very good, very good.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. I took extra half an hour. So actually today I came from a long, so hours teaching, and I came today. I felt drowsy. Actually. I just came and I took prasadam and came for class and cooked myself and took. I'm feeling so drowsy actually. So it became like impossible to sit and teach. Somehow now I got sitting. I went for nap in between. I think this is the most unfortunate thing, keeping students and teacher going and sleep. Because I'm not able to concentrate actually, zero concentration. Intelligence is not working at all. While teaching started, when I started class, then after that, just little nap, then my brain started working. Anyway, somehow. So you please keep on watching the various lectures. And now in ISKCON Dwaraka, I gave important, that's a definition of pure devotion. It's almost 10 hours or 12 hours. It's the most important thing. And if you understand that nectar of devotion for you, it will become so easy. And I absolutely recommend that to all of you. Definition of pure devotion. So I took, this is from Jiva Goswami's, that means Rupa Goswami's main Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, and a commentary on that is by Jiva Goswami, the Rukma Sangamani Tika and Vishwanath Chakur Thakur Tika, and at the end, Srila Prabhupada's purport. Whatever are mentioned in these three acharyas is everything Prabhupada is writing in this, and this is the very most important understanding we should get about the pure devotion, so that our future is very clear to us. Otherwise, we are always in confusion. Okay, please utilize that.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
Uttama Bhakti definition explanation. Is that the
Yes,
bill?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, that. People might feel that, oh, 3 hours, my God, who will sit? But please, at least for my channel and my videos, you don't feel like that. It is worth enough for you to sit and hear. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll end our story here for this
Hare
day.
Krishna, Prabhu. Just a minute.
Yes,
I just
Nikhil.
want to check if the preachers want to talk to you, what is the right time? Because you are
Only
also
tomorrow
busy.
is I'm free. Because tomorrow daytime I'm free. Anyway, nighttime I have class 7 to 9:30. But daytime I'm free, Mataji. Anytime after 10
Okay,
o'clock
okay,
they
Prabhu.
can call. Yes.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So I'm free actually. This whole week.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Bye. Thank you,
Namaste.
Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.